welcome to GeminiJets 2006. This is technically an airport update, but there's no new planes. It's more just, in general, new things. So I was unsure about if everything would fit on the table, and I wanted to, since I'm going to make the domestic terminal out of cardboard, I didn't know how big to make it, and I want to make it beforehand, before that big box that I'm going to use gets thrown away with everything else. So I went on Amazon, I took the dimensions, and I cut it out in paper. So this is the terminal. It's 7 inches by, it was 24 inches, so this is the real length, and I made sure that all this fits here. And then the control tower, which is I don't remember the exact, it's 1.5 by 1.5, and this is the GeminiJets hangar right here, which is 12 by 10, and this is what I am using for the airplanes. So this is going to be length, and this is going to be the wings. So for this, I wanted to make sure that absolutely any jumbo jet could fit here. So I took the wings of the A380, which has the widest wingspan, or the longest wingspan, I'm pretty sure, and the length, which is the 747-8, which has the longest length. And I put it here, and then the hangar over here, it's just simple. And I figured out that this light can be here, so it's not like a space issue or anything. But the domestic is going to have to come down here. So I have domestic and / regional. I have international. So this is internationals. This is going to be domestics and Canadian flights like Porter, Air Canada, WestJet. Maybe like Air Caribbean if I get a hold of that, which I think is unlikely. But for this, I took the biggest possible one that I could find, which is the A321. That's the biggest one I have on my list. Wingspan and length, and then I measured it out. And this is 757, which is very similar in size. I'm not sure which one is actually bigger, because I could have cut incorrectly. From my experience of seeing them, I'd say the 757 definitely looks bigger. But comparing these two, I'm just not sure anymore. So I used both of them just to make sure that they would both fit. They do both fit. There can't be any cargo terminals, which is unfortunate. I was hoping to get the new Atlas Air 747 that has the doors open configuration, but unfortunately I couldn't get anything on that. And I want to have some hard stands, so I took the biggest aircraft that I can imagine being the hard stand. I'm not sure I want E175s and E190s yet, but if I did, I think it would easily fit here. So this is a CRJ 700, which is the biggest one on my list. Not the biggest one that I can put here, but wingspan and length, here's the paper, and so I'm pretty sure that this would fit. So that's what I've done. I've measured it all out. And I'm pretty sure I have the ideal layout. I would like it if I could have more planes, but the maximum I can fit here is 6. So there's going to be 6 domestics, and then here can be that can be 7 hard stands, 7 smaller craft, and then the hangar, obviously I like the hangar. I wasn't planning on getting it before, but I saw it, and I think I'll get it in the stupidly overpriced GeminiJets, the scaffolding, and I think I'll get a plane to go in there. And just an update, I said that that my next review is going to be a Delta A330. That is not true. I think what I'm going to do is get started on the domestics, and I'm going to get for the hard stands, a Silver Air ATR 600, and to start it off, the larger domestics, I'm going to have an Alaskan Airlines 737-9 MAX. A lot of people wouldn't get MAX for airport updates because obviously they're out of service, but I figure that they'll come back into service. Boeing is saying in a month, FAA is saying probably next year, but the point is that it will come back, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. I did have a Thomson A330, which I had to replace with the Turkish A330 because Thomson Air just went out of business. And I did have a KLM 787-10, the new one with the flaps extended. And I was hoping that I could put a runway, but I can't put a runway here. Plus, I don't want to risk getting any 787s because the new engine issues. The new Rolls-Royce Trent engines. I'm not sure what type of engines KLM operates on their 787s, but I'm not sure I really want to risk it in case they use multiples and I only read one and I end up with a Rolls-Royce engine. So no 787-10s, and KLM 787 doesn't operate to New York or Boston. So I try to base all my routes off New York or Boston, but there is no KLM 787s. The closest one that I could find that KLM operates 787-10 is Dulles, which is way down in Virginia, but I could see it acceptable. I've tried to get a couple routes that don't really make sense, but this is what I have so far for the airport. Sorry, it's kind of a long video and no real airplanes, but thanks for watching. Hopefully the next time I make videos will be a review of the ATR Silver Air and the Alaskan Airlines 737. Hopefully that review will be on like next Sunday. Hopefully. I'm not sure what shipping dates are. I need to actually order them first. But thanks for watching. This is GeminiJets 2006 signing off with my giant paper mess of an airport.